Hallmark continues to give us love stories for every hopeless romantic. There's nothing like romantic movies that will leave you feeling the love. Here's the scoop on the top 10 Hallmark movie love stories. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Sarah Scoop channel. Elizabeth and David, it was always you. Elizabeth is to be engaged. Just as all the arrangements are settling in place, her fiancé's brother David decides to make a surprise visit. Elizabeth is a busy bee with the engagement plans, but becomes easily distracted by David as they fall for each other. Audrey and Terry. Audrey's reign. Audrey Walker has just lost her beloved sister in this early 2000s Hallmark film. Now, she tries to juggle taking care of her grieving niece, nephew, and her other sister. While being completely overwhelmed, her childhood sweetheart Terry returns just in time. Jamie and Max brush with love. Jamie Spellman is pursuing a career in the arts, despite it being difficult. Encouraged by her best friend, she decided to draw her ideal man. Coincidentally, she finds out her portrait matches up with a man she is now falling for, Max Hughes. Check out Jamie and Max's relationship in this Hallmark love story. Marilee and Zachary. The 9 Lives of Christmas. It wouldn't be Hallmark if we didn't add a Christmas film. In this movie, a fireman adopts a cat for the holidays to beat the loneliness that his bachelor status urges him to remain as. Then, he meets a veterinary student named Marilee, and they share their dread for love, or rather the lack of it in their lives. Ironically, they grow closer to each other as they share their ideas on love, and begin to experience it themselves. Elizabeth and Donovan marrying Mr. Darcy. We've expressed our love for unleashing Mr. Darcy with Ryan Pavey and Cindy Busby, but we are just as obsessed with the sequel. In this one, Elizabeth is newly engaged to Mr. Darcy, and plans a beautiful wedding ceremony ahead of them. Their vastly different attitude and tempers get in the way of planning. This leads Elizabeth to question her awaiting marriage to Mr. Darcy. Through thick and thin, will they be together after all? Jenny and Brian. All of my heart. Our love for this film is abundant, and yours should be too. Jenny Fitley is a caterer who unexpectedly inherits a country home. But, the other half of the house has been inherited by a Wall Street trader. Upon meeting, they learn to bond with each other while fixing up the house. You could probably tell what's bound to happen next. Lacey Chabert stars in this Hallmark film, perfect for those who love an enemies to lovers arc. Rachel and Mitchell. Midway to love. After receiving notice that her television therapy show is not going to be airing anymore, Rachel decides to come back to her hometown. After living busy days, she's happy with this change in her life. Additionally, she is able to reunite with her high school sweetheart, Mitchell. Fun fact, the actors who played Rachel and Mitchell in this Hallmark film are together in real life. Elyse and Rob. Midnight Masquerade. Just as a young businesswoman inherits a billion-dollar company, she faces the obstacle of people who are trying to steal it from her. One Halloween night, she dances with the prince, named Rob, and Elyse is head over heels. But will finding love as she's always wanted get in the way of the people who are toppling over for her inheritance? Cassie and Elliot winter love story. The phrase "don't judge a book by its cover" displays its significance in this Hallmark love story as Cassie, an author, meets another writer named Elliot, who she initially finds to be arrogant. Despite this, Cassie learns to believe in herself and her potential while on a book tour with Elliot. The two become closer than they could have ever first thought. Jessica and Will. A summer to remember. Jessica, an ER doctor, travels to Fiji for some relaxation time, and ends up meeting a charming surgeon named Will. Although she enjoys her job in the ER, Will makes her feel the tranquility that she lacked back home. Now, she is curious as to whether the island has more to offer, like love, than her life back home. Watch this Hallmark film to see her and Will's love story progress. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments, and for more of the scoop on all of your favorite things, visit sarahscoop.com.